One of the UK's most well-known theme parks, called Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort, is home to so many classic and unique roller coasters, including Avalanche, their bobsled roller coaster, Revolution, which literally does a loop forwards and a loop backwards, the extremely rough dueling coaster, Grand National, and the glossy smooth Icon. Ironically, not the most iconic in the park, because that name goes to the big one, the UK's second tallest roller coaster, which stands high above the skyline of the park. Not quite the biggest one in the UK anymore, is it? So having visited the park for the opening day of the 2026 season, and a day later going to Sandcastle Water Park, which is right opposite, I thought it would be fun to try and make the Blackpool Pleasure Beach roller coasters as water slides, because with how rough some of the coasters are there, I don't think the water slides will be much better. So join me today as I use Planet Coaster 2 and its water slide building feature to recreate some of those iconic roller coasters from the park as slides. And trust me, you want to watch till the end, because some of these are absolutely terrible. And trust me as well that you want to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because there is so much more content to come this year when the season starts. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Either way, if you don't know how these videos work when I turn roller coasters into water slides, because I have done this twice before with Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, leave a like if you want to see more. We pretty much start by spinning a wheel, a randomizer wheel, to see which one we will be making into a slide first, just to make it a little bit more randomized, because that's more stupid than it already is. And here we go, we are spamming it, spinning it around. What are we gonna get? And we got Revolution to begin with. I mean, that's probably one of the better ones we could get, because like I said in the intro, all it does is launch off, down a drop, oh, loop, back up. Oh, let's do it again backwards. Oh, the ride's done. So we're going to load into the game. As you can see, here are the Thorpe Park and Alton Towers ones. Yeah, you can see just how bad these are. So yeah, go and check that out if you want to. And of course, we're going to start with the flumes right here. I'm going to do one that actually has like the launch sections, because we need to actually make it launch off and then do the loop. I don't know how I'm going to launch it backwards, but we'll see. And here we go then. We go into the uphill water jet. It's not really going uphill though, is it? And we come to the end of that, and we're obviously going to open this flume up and then drop it all the way down to the ground. Quite steep Revolution. And then somehow we have to make a vertical loop. So in this game, we can't go 90 degrees, but we're going to try and do this, and I'm going to enclose it just because, well, otherwise we're going to fly off the face of the earth. And then we'll come back down like so, and then hopefully we should be able to just flatten this back out now. And there we go. That is the vertical loop. You know what? It's not actually horrendous, but I can guarantee you that will be horrendous to ride. And then of course with Revolution, it goes back up into another flat section, and then it reverses back down. And the main way I'm thinking about doing this, because we can't have it launch backwards, is just having it roll up into some sort of spike and then coming back down. Revolution Reborn. It's now a multi-launch with a vertical spike. And there we are. I have given it a repaint. It's looking like Revolution now. Well, if we zoom in like that, that looks like Revolution. That doesn't. And we're going to do a quick off-board test, just because I don't think this is going to make it. It's launching, as you can see. Here we go. Will it come out the other side? Oh God. I don't think that worked. I have made some modifications to the layout of the track. Sorry, the slide. So hopefully this time it actually works. Here we go. Down the drop. Got a good launch. Through the loop, please. What the... Okay, why did we just go 90 degrees? Right, we've gone up the spike. Does it roll back and go back into the loop? Oh my God, it is! Oh, I didn't have enough speed. You know what? That's fair enough. I don't blame it, really. Well, at least it almost made it. Oh my God, there's another boat coming. Wait. No! No! But at least it made the loop. Although it did look very weird on... I was about to say it looked weird on ride, it looked weird off ride as well. But with that being said, let's spin the wheel and see what ride we have next. Please be slightly better than last time. Please. It was just over the big one. Infusion. Oh Christ. How do you make a water slide that literally makes your head bang a mile left and a mile right every turn? I don't know. But either way, we're going to start that flume. I think I'm going to make this one a body slide instead. And because it's a body flume, much like Saw the Ride over here, I believe, yeah, we're going to have to not do a lift hill. Don't ask me how I did a beyond vertical drop on that. And yeah, we'll just start it from the air. And as you can see, I guess we could do a trapdoor, right, like so. Make it a little bit more thrilling. But of course, this is a Vekoma SLC, so it's going to be a little bit rough here and there, which doesn't really matter too much as we go up into an inversion, which I forget that you have to curve it round. And then it does a weird, like, sort of roll here as we go around into the next inversion. So we're going to have to try and recreate that like so. There we go. And it appears the body flume can actually go to 70 degrees, which is fantastic. Not as in temperature, because I think that might kill you. And then right here after that inversion, we probably have the best part of the ride, which is just a nice little bank turn, a little bit of a break, because it's so rough. And then we're going to go round into like a helix, I believe. And then go into what is probably the most painful part of the ride in real life, but probably not in this slide, the 2 consecutive corkscrew barrel roll things. And I don't know whether they go above or below this helix, but it is what it is. And then once again, it just goes into this nice little bank turn towards the end, even though they still somehow mess that up. And then technically it goes into the brake run, which I guess will probably just make it into the end of the flume, like so. That actually don't look that bad. I need to change some of it so it actually looks like Infusion, because right now it's just transparent tube the ride. That'll do. There we go. That is the slide, and I've realized how tall the drop is compared to how small the first inversion is. I don't think this is going to go very well. And here we go, down the drop. And how's this going to turn out? Okay, yep, the physics just didn't work there. Okay, that's fine. Neither did it there, but it did actually do a bank turn. That inversion seemed okay. Helix. Hopefully this bit isn't as bad as real life. Oh, look at that. So much more peaceful. Almost stopping there. Let me go around. Yeah, I'm glad I made these last hills a little bit less tall, because otherwise it wouldn't have made it at all. I mean, look at it. Is it even going to make it to the end? Are you taking the mic? Seems like we got a bit of a traffic jam at the end of Infusion. Let's see what we get next. As I spin it around, I'm going to spam this one. Here we go. I'm intrigued to see what we get. Avalanche. Is that not literally a water slide in itself? You know, it's a bobsled coaster. You sit in a tube almost, and I feel like this is just going to be Avalanche that we build. And considering Avalanche, you do ride it with 2 people in 1 car potentially. I'm actually going to make this a 2-person rubber ring ride. And if I am time-lapsing this, if I'm not playing the Avalanche song that the Bears play on top of the exit, then I would be very upset. Now, the fun part about this ride is I actually don't really remember what it does, so this might not even be a good recreation. I will search it up if I get completely lost, but I'm pretty certain it's just loads of twisty turns, and then it just goes down into like a helix right here, and then maybe goes into another one, and then maybe another one. And then if we colour that a pale grey colour, or like the white that it is in real life, as you can see, it's going to look a lot like Avalanche. I think has it got brown supports, like dark brown? I don't even know. If I saw that from a distance and didn't see the netting over that lift or anything like that, I would be inclined to think this is just an Avalanche recreation. And here we go, up the lift. Oh, maybe that's a bit too fast. Oh well. As we go up. Got blue feet on us right now as we launch off really fast down into that first turn. I don't even think we're going to fly out of this one. Here we go. Yeah, no, it's quite good. It's a nice speed. Oh, look at that. Very laggy as well. Nice autosave probably. Down into that helix. Into another helix. Oh, we're going up a little bit there. Yeah, I've just built this like Avalanche. Going a bit slower now. I don't know if it's going to make it at the end, but we'll see. And then we go into... No. There you go. That's Avalanche. Or in this case, it's called Waterfall. But here we go. We're spinning the wheel for the penultimate time. What are we going to get? Please be a good one. Grand National. Now, the only problem with the Grand National is, of course, there are two sides to it, and there is a lot of going down drops and then coming back up and sort of turning around very slowly and then going back down and doing the same thing. So there is a big chance that this thing might not make it, but let's try it anyway. I'm going to do this just as the bottom of the lift hill. I know it goes around a little pre-drop section and the train feels like it's going to come apart, but that's not really a necessity when we're building a water slide, and it's a bit of a dead spot of the ride anyway because it's just a turn. There we go. Gonna go up quite tall for this one just to make sure we can get that bit of speed that we need, and then we're going to turn around the top and go into the drop. And then I believe we go straight back up into another turn, which hopefully that's not too low down. Oh, this is going to be really bad. And then we got another double down there. That is very close, but I think clearance will be all right on that. Yeah, this ending section is literally just going to be loads and loads of little hills. Yeah, and the ending of that slide and ride is literally just a load of airtime hills, one after the other. So as a layout goes, this isn't too bad, but because of Grand National being a dueling coaster, it would be wrong not to put one next to it. So behold my Grand National recreation as a slide. The Grand Slide National. I'm going to build it as quick as humanly possible. And that is the Grand National, and as you can see, it's very much just airtime hill turn, crack your ribs, airtime hill turn. I've added this little helping hand right here because obviously these go really slow over those hills and wouldn't make it otherwise. And then more of helping hands at the end to try and make it accelerate over there, over the final airtime hills. And there it goes into the ending. Let's get a POV of this thing. And now we're already spinning up the lift hill. We've made Grand National into a spinning coaster. And for some reason, we are actually facing backwards now, which is quite funny. We're going to do this backwards, it seems. Here we go. Whoa! Oh, down, double down. Are we going to spin back around? There we go. Oh, no, we go backwards again. Brilliant. Yeah, again, I guess it's not the same as Avalanche, but because of the way this ride's layout is, where it's just airtime hill turn, as a slide, it kind of works. I mean, mind your head there, ow. But yeah, it just sort of works as a slide. And now obviously the uphill jet streams and stuff, they do help quite a lot as we go into the final part of the ride. Mind your head again, and then round the corner. And we should be, yeah, there we go, launch again. And yeah, into the final splashdown. Somehow, in turning Grand National into a water slide, we've also turned it into a spinning coaster that has multiple launches. But it worked out pretty well. And for our final ride, I'm going to spin the wheel. And there is one that I am hoping for, and that is Icon. We will see what we will get. I'm spamming it again. Here we go. Oh, almost. You know what? It'll be fun. It'll just be hella long to make. I feel like I'm going to have to make some space for it as well, because I genuinely think it's going to take up way bigger of a portion than just there. And of course, starting off, we need to make this section here, and we're going to drop down. I'm going to do the start little re-drop on this. I know I didn't on Grand National, but I feel like it's iconic on the big one, isn't it? So we drop down, and then we're going to head into that 235-foot lift hill. And we're going to go up to about here, 219 feet, because of course the 235 foot is above sea level. That's more like it. And we exit out of that jet stream and head straight into the drop, which of course is very heavily banked. And then we're going to head into the turnaround, which of course is quite a big element on the ride. I'm pretty sure that's after that hill. I literally went on it 2 days ago. How do I not remember the layout? We dip there, and then we're going to go back up, and then there's like a weird hill here where it's sort of like goes a bit left at the top of it. It's really strange. So it straightens up with that drop. And then I believe there's another hill here which has the awful exit of that got retracked, even though it's worse after the retrack. That goes like so. This is awful so far, this slide. Like, I don't think this is anything. It doesn't look remotely like the big one other than the drop. And if I were to keep building out this way, we actually wouldn't be able to, because the border of the world is right there. And we go down like under where the Big Dipper is, and this bit is awful as well. Like, it literally tries to fling you out of the ride, so I'm not surprised. Maybe we'll try and make it fling you out on the slide. I'm going to put a nice little launch in, turning the big one into a multi-launch as well. Yeah, we come out of the tunnel at the end of the ride, very iconic part of the coaster, and into that final splashdown. And yeah, I mean, considering I haven't really looked at a POV, and I'm building the big one as a water slide, you probably could recognize that section. Then if I show you this here, it just looks like a really badly made art piece. There's just a bunch of swirls up and down. Doesn't even look like anyone could ride this thing. Well, we're going to. So let's see how this thing does. As you can see, we're going to ascend the 235-foot lift hill. Oh my god. Look at this. Playing the music as we go up. And then we get all the way to the top. And down that drop we go. Oh, that is okay. Right, a lot of banking, but we're still on the track. The slide, I get that wrong every time. Are you being serious? This is like every time this keeps happening. Let's try that again now. We're going down the drop, banking once again, somehow not flinging out. Hopefully we make it this time. Very slowly. It's probably about as much airtime as you do get on the real thing. Seeing how slow that airtime hill is, I've added these boosts all around the ride just to make sure it gets round. Because I can guarantee you it wasn't going to. Round the turnaround very slowly. Yeah, look at this. Like, how is it going to make it anywhere near any of these airtime hills? Maybe I should have built this more realistically and put these uphill water jets on every airtime hill. Does it make it? Just about. Wow. We really turned every Blackpool coaster into a multi-launch coaster. Maybe that should have been the title of this video. Okay, that airtime hill. Whoa, look at that. That's quite cool. A lot smoother than real life. Another. Oh, God. What was that? Will it make it up into the brake run? No, of course it doesn't. Here we go. I've made it even more rough, like this section of the ride is. Probably the worst part of the ride. Bang. Oh, there we go. Up the side. Through another uphill water jet thing. And then this is the final helix on the ride. Should be a little bit bumpy as we go around extremely slowly. Wow, look at that. Oh, here we go. Here's the bumps. And then very slowly making our way along. Is it even gonna... Oh my Christ. How slow do you want to go? How is that even... How has that made it? We went that slow that I could see the inside of my head with goggles on. And I've made the helix on the ride slightly faster. As you can see, we're going left and right. Wow. And we go over that hill. 90 degrees there, into the tunnel, and out the tunnel, into the ending. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, so what I've come to realize is that the game itself, they've removed, like, there used to be this tool where you could turn down the friction and literally make these slides go a million miles an hour, but they seem to have removed that since I last built water slides. So as stupid as these are, they can't be as stupid as they were before. But I hope you guys enjoyed my recreations of Blackpool Pleasure Beach coasters as water slides anyway, because like I predicted, they were absolute abominations. And if you did enjoy, subscribe to the channel to see more. Goodbye.